here on a finally sunny, warm day this week, and I know we're talking about gardening and landscaping, and I'd like you to pan over here and see I have gotten some flowers from a recent purchase at what is called Rice Farmers Market. This year, their actual plants are 99 cents for vegetables and herbs. I was so excited. Actually, the very tallest plant with the purplish stems is actually goldenrod, which we consider as a wild species. I want to put that in my yard because I would love for butterflies and other types of pollinating insects to be able to benefit from that. So I have a choice of a dahlia and goldenrod to add some color and to benefit wildlife. And I have some vegetable plants, there's tomatoes and peppers, and I have parsley and basil, which are herbs which will benefit me, to be honest. Okay, so today we're actually doing a soda can project. This is 3 cans. We took them and glued them together, and it makes this nice little holder. And we're gonna use this to start some basil, lettuce, and coriander. 2 of these are herbs, and then the lettuce is, of course, a vegetable. So we wanna start this as a 3-pack and have it within the home that we can actually cut off some of these as we're cooking and use them in cooking throughout the summer. So my first step is I have to actually widen the hole in this bag just a little bit because I like to stick the can into the bag so I don't get the soil everywhere. And this is called a potting mix for indoor and outdoor. So I'm hoping it's a really good soil that I was able to purchase. And it is a soil medium. It doesn't actually have real soil in it. It does have organic matter. I happen to pick a trowel that perfectly fits the soil in the soda can. Otherwise, you definitely want to have your can in the bag so that as you spill soil, it just goes right back into the bag or the bin or whatever you're using. And because I'm planting seeds, I'm going to have this somewhat filled, whereas I would, with the planting of a plant, I wouldn't do that. So as you take a look, I have one done. And I'm going to show you the soilless mix now, if we hone in on that. I have a wonderful photographer with me today, helping me out. I'm trying to do outdoor. This is where I'd have you guys outside. We'd be learning and doing some fun activities and starting seeds. I would have loved to have done this with you. So there's my second one filled, and I'm quickly gonna do my third. Since I don't have the ability to apparently stop and start my video, you get to see as I fill up all 3. You can skip to the part where you see me planting if you would like. And there it is. I want them nice and filled because again, I'm using seeds and I want the seeds to be somewhat near the top. It is really important, and I guess I'll repeat this when I open the seeds again, or for the first time. It's really important that we have the seeds not too deeply in the soil. So you want to actually have them near the top, especially because if you read the labels on the seed packets, I always recommend that you read this. This would have been an activity in class where we would have actually read the seed packets, and they always give you a planting depth. For this particular seed type, it's a smaller seed, so that's only 1/4 of an inch. That's actually quite shallow. All of these are small seeds, so all of these need to be planted really shallow. If you have a larger seed, that you do plant it deeper. I'm first going to open up the basil, and I like to open it up near the top and just with a little bit so I can easily pour out the seeds. Now these seeds are so small that you probably won't see them on the camera. And I want to open up the package a little bit here. And I'm going to try to show you just a couple and see I easily was able to get a lot of seeds there, and they're very, very tiny. So when you're planting seeds, it's recommended that you always plant at least 2 to ensure that you have at least a plant growing. When I bought these living basils today, or already germinated basils, you'll see that they must have planted at least 3 or 4 seeds in a plot. And I can separate those out. It's kind of nice because with them being only 99 cents, I can actually get a lot of benefit. Now those plants will get a lot larger. Now I planted those seeds, and we'll want to just drizzle a little bit of water. I don't want to moisten the whole can to the point of it being soaked. Just want a little bit of water in there. So there's my basil. I have lots of seeds left. So for $1.49, I could plant a lot of basil, and I could have been selling this very cheaply to people that want to grow basil. or we could have started them so that you all could have had some seeds. Cilantro is my next choice. We like on occasion to eat foods that go well with cilantro. It's a really flavorful plant if you've never tried it. There's a lot of flavor, but again, the seed's going to be small. Problem is, cilantro and parsley tend to be related and they can cross-pollinate over the season. So if you plant them both, it actually ruins them both. So I want to try and keep the cilantro that I have here. It's a larger seed than the basil. Cool looking seed. But I want to try and keep that separated from the basil that I just planted. And I highly recommend that whenever you plant, you put some type of a label, get a permanent marker, and write it on some kind of a note so that you know where your plants are. Until they germinate, you won't know where they are. Now I'm putting 4 seeds in there, and again later on I could separate these out. But that'll guarantee that at least 1 or 2 of those seeds will germinate, because we learned in the sexual reproduction unit that oftentimes they don't all germinate. Lastly is my lettuce. This one is rich with vitamins, and lettuce likes cold temperatures. Basil likes hot temperatures, and cilantro is kind of in the middle. So typically, if I was going to do this, I'm not going to leave them in the soda cans all season, because the basil will do far better in the hotter temperatures of the outdoors. For these purposes, I am doing this for inside, and so I'm actually going to grow them in the same location. The lettuce will grow. I'll cut it off, and I might be able to keep, this is a head iceberg lettuce. I should have gone with a leaf lettuce. So this I'll have to replant into the outdoors if I'm going to eat it. Otherwise, it's just going to be a decoration. Now again, I always recommend you check out the back of the seed packet. We would have talked more about this. They have the planting zones, and they tell you April to May is a good time to plant your lettuce into the outdoors. Again, a very small seed. Basil was our smallest, but you can see the very small seeds. These are easy to lose. They'll fly away on us if we're not careful. It was just too windy earlier this week to do these. And as you see there, they're very, very small. And I'm going to plant them in the 3rd container. And then later on, we're going to just sprinkle a little water in there, enough to get the coats to swell, and that's called imbibing. And then once that happens, we should see germination in about a week to 2 weeks, I'm hoping, especially because the weather is finally warming up. If you decide to do this, please give me a shout out and send a picture or something like that. These are neat little containers, and it's a great way to recycle or upcycle something that has a single use. So if you think about all the aluminum in our environment, not real healthy. But it is a way to actually benefit and reuse those cans, giving them out for friends, maybe for Dad for Father's Day. Have a great day. I hope you're doing well and enjoy this video.